Okay, here we go. We are on 3-4 and 3-6 homework, and page 185, number 7. So page 185, number 7. Go ahead and pause the video and try. So, on page 185, number 7, it says, suppose y varies directly as x. Write a direct variation. Okay? So a direct variation, I'm trying to find my previous notes to go ahead and help you guys. I don't know if I have my oh, here's previous notes. Okay. Direct variation. Okay? So we did an example right here. It says, suppose y varies directly as x. So I know a direct variation means that my y-intercept is going to be 0. So I'm going to use the formula or equation y equals mx. Pause the video and see if that helps you based off of what they want us to do. So here we go. If I know that my equation is going to be y equals mx, I need to plug in what they give me. It says y equals 15, so I'm going to plug in 15, and x equals 12. Okay? That means I have to solve for my m, my slope. Now typically they put k, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide by 12. If I divide by 12, I now know what my slope is. My slope, if I reduce this, I can divide by 3, and this would be 5 over 4 equals my slope. So now my equation becomes y equals 5 over 4x. Then it says find y when x is 32. So find y when x is 32. So I have two fractions. I could take top times top, bottom times bottom. So 32 times 5 gives me 10, 15, 16. 160 divided by 4, I believe, is 40. So y equals 40. Number 10. Name the constant of variation for each equation. Find the slope of the line. Constant variation, this is just like example 1, letter A. Name the constant variation. Find the slope of the line. Constant variation. Pause the video and see if you can find the constant of variation. So the constant of variation is the same thing as slope, like I taught you. So my constant variation, based off of what they gave me on number 10, is they had y equals 4x as my equation. 4 is my constant of variation. 4, that's my constant of variation. If that's my constant of variation, I need to go ahead and use my 2 points to prove that by finding the slope. The 2 points that they give me are 0, 0, and 1, 4. Go ahead and find the slope given those 2 points. So the slope would be 4 minus 0 over 1 minus 0. 4 over 1 is my slope, and they match. That's all they wanted us to do. Page 200, number 4. Says the table shows the pages of comic books. It says graph the data, write an equation. Okay? Go ahead and graph the data and then try to find your equation. Or actually go ahead and graph the data first. Pause the video and try. Okay? So I need to graph. So my bottom is going to be books read. My x is always at the top. And pages read. So they are counting by ones, so I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they count by 35, so I'm going to go 0, 35, 70, 105, 140, 175. So I counted by 35. 35 plus 35 is 70. 70 plus 35 is 105. Now make sure that you're counting by the same number if you're not going to count by what I count by. So my graph would look like this. Now yours could look different as long as you put your dots in the right location. So ours is a perfect line just like that. Yours could be slightly different. So I graphed it. Now it says write an equation to describe the relationship. So if I write an equation, I need to use 2 points as far as possible that are on the line. So my first point would be 135, and my other point would be 175. Go ahead and find the equation of this line. So I got to find slope first. 175 minus 35, and then 5 minus 1. That would give me 140 over 4. Let me double check. Excuse me, my slope. So 175 minus 35, I get 140 over 4, divide by 4, and I get 35. So my slope is going to be 35. I need to plug this back in, and I'm going to use this space up here. Y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. So y minus 35 equals 35, x minus 1. So that gives me 35x minus 35, add 35, and I get y equals 35x plus 0. That's letter B. There's my equation. And then it says find the number of pages read if 8 comic books were read. So I need to go ahead and plug in 8. If I plug in 8, I have y equals 35 times 8 plus 0. Y equals 35 times 8 gives me 280. That's it.